Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to How to Connect with Goddess Fortuna. Fortuna is the Roman goddess of chance, of fate, of fortune, of luck, of abundance and prosperity, and in her early form she's also deeply connected to fertility. She is the great mother that turns the wheel of life, the wheel of fate and the wheel of fortune. She is a powerful ally for those that are ready to take a chance, to take a leap of faith. She will also support you in finding out your destiny and your purpose and pursuing your fate, especially when you are taking chances or going through changes, looking for direction and making choices and turns. She's also powerful for looking after things, so property, things in particular, maybe items that you have that you don't want to lose, or places and people as well. So these are my top 3 tips for connecting with Goddess Fortuna. My first tip is to connect with 3 of her sacred symbols. So I'm going to shout what they are first and then how to connect to them. So the first symbol is the rudder, and she's often depicted with this rudder to her side, either holding it or by her feet. And the rudder is what she uses to steer fate, just like a rudder would steer the direction of a boat. So we can apply and connect to this in 2 different ways. Either we take the rudder and we steer in a direction, and if we do, she will help you with determination and staying on that path and pursuing it with heart, body and soul. You can also approach this and surrender to Goddess Fortuna and let her take the rudder. Maybe you want to ask her to steer you toward your fate and your destiny. So that symbol can be used either way. The next symbol is the Horn of Plenty, which is a lot easier to say than the Cornupucachapokia, which I never get. So the Horn of Plenty, which is the horn that's full of, fruits. And this is really about abundance. So it's a sign of the mother. It can be about strength and prosperity as well. And this symbol really is reminding you of the great abundance that is. The abundance that is available and that is already present. So this reminds you what you have already in your life: food, water, light, air, family, home, all of these things. So look upon this symbol and be reminded of them. The third symbol is the globe, which is often holding because she is the ruler of the world, as fate, as destiny, as fortune. So this globe reminds us of potentiality, of possibility, and all the potential that we have and that life has. So to be open in our mind and our hearts. Now, all of these 3, the rudder, the Horn of Plenty and the globe, you can draw them. Draw them as a sacred activity, paint them, include them in your work somehow. You may then want to use this image in meditation, so gazing upon as you're thinking of her. Use it in your journey perhaps. You can also bring these items into an altar or a shrine or some kind of work that you're doing with her in ritual or a ceremony. My second tip is to connect in particular with gems and crystals, which are another manifestation of fortune. The crystal that she was most often depicted on, for the ancient Romans, was actually carnelian. So she's depicted on a few that have survived, actually on a throne upon the carnelian. But other ones, stones that you can connect to, are citrine, diamond, tiger's eye, cinnabar and topaz. I've got them written down because I knew I'd forget them. So I invite you to turn these into a crystal grid. So what I would love for you to do as an activity to connect with her is to actually place on a piece of paper perhaps, or written down, or just have in your mind's eye when you're creating this crystal grid, something that you are either celebrating, so an abundance in your life you're celebrating, giving thanks for, or something that you desire, that you want to manifest. Place that at the center, and then with the crystals around, any that I mentioned, you're going to create probably her most prominent and powerful symbol, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fate. So just, doesn't matter how it looks, feel into how it wants to look and be for you. There's no right or wrong with this wheel. It's your Wheel of Fortune. So just create that with those crystals around it, and maybe create a ceremony or a ritual, some intention, some presence and focus while you are doing this activity. My third tip is actually a reflection point. So as the goddess of fortune, she has many different aspects, many different manifestations. So for the ancient Romans, there were over 15 different types of Fortuna. So, a name was added on the end after Fortuna. So I have two examples for you. Fortuna salutaris. So that's the fortune of health and well-being. And this was often found, in the baths where people were taking care of their health. Getting plucked. But in that aspect, she is, hopefully there will be some fortune within my health, that I will be well, that I will be lucky to be well for the rest of my life. And then Fortuna Redux, so fortune, the homebringer. So she was in particular, very connected with the soldiers and the legions, and also people that were on ships as well. So she's fortune that will bring people home. They hope that they will be lucky enough to see home and see their family again when they are far away. So they're just two examples. So you can see how diverse and different fortune can be, how many different aspects it has. So my journaling prompt is, what does fortune mean for you? For probably the first thing that comes to mind for most people is wealth, physical coins, that type of abundance. So think of money. But actually, you are so fortunate. The fortune manifests in so many different ways, in your life. So I want you to take your journal, and I want you to write 30 different ways that you are fortunate. So begin with the words, I am fortunate because, and write this 30 times, and then complete this sentence. And you can do this as a meditation, as a gratitude act, at the end of the day, or just now, just to really bring in full awareness to the fortune and the abundance that is already in your life. Another way that you can connect to Goddess Fortuna is to come and join my Goddess Journey and Guided Meditation that I will be hosting very soon for summer solstice. So I'll be guiding a 2-hour online workshop where we will journey with Goddess Fortuna, and you will use visualization, a beautiful, relaxing, guiding meditation led by me that will take you to Goddess Fortuna, where you can receive her healing and her wisdom and activate your great abundance. If you're watching this in the future, then this meditation will be available, the recording will be available to watch as well anytime. I'm also a best-selling author of Goddess Mythology and writing many, 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 many books, and you can find the information for them down below. So I'm going to pop the links for the books, I'm going to pop the links for the meditation, whether live or recorded, and also my Facebook group, my online community, where we gather together to celebrate all things mythology, goddess and divine. Thank you so much for watching, sending you much love and many, many blessings for your fortune and your abundance. Blessed be.